Hi, hello, and welcome everyone to yet another running podcast, episode 2. I am RunnerBoi. Joined with me, of course, are the two YouTube titans, if you will. You know, not trying to glaze here, which is Jumpman and Adam Jansen. Pronounced it right that time.
You got it right.
Before we want to start this episode, we just wanted to offer our deepest condolences to the loved ones of Parker Morse. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the news through Fast Women, aka Allison Wade, which is Parker Morse's wife. He tragically passed away last week, I believe. For those of you who don't know who Parker Morse is, he was really one of the OGs of the 2000s sort of revivalist culture for magazines for running, given he was, I believe, the first editor and producer of Runner's World, which I'm sure everyone here knows what that is. Also just a great supporter of not just the running scene, but obviously to Allison with her Fast Women newsletter, was also a great husband and a father of 2 children. So we just wanted to kind of offer our deepest condolences to the loved ones of Parker Morse, and that, you know, if you want to help out Allison Wade and her family, we will link a GoFundMe down in the description along with a pinned comment. If you're not able to donate to the GoFundMe, just go support the Fast Women newsletter. Has a lot of, you know, very honest and measured takes, not just in women's running, but kind of the sport in general. You know, I've always enjoyed personally her writing style and her approach to running journalism. Yeah, that's really about it. We just wanted to, again, offer our condolences and enjoy the rest of the episode.
I feel like we covered this in the last pod a little bit.
A little bit about Sawe being confirmed for Berlin 2026, which is sick. That is music to my ears. I cannot wait to see the rest of the lineup. I'm very excited for it. Adam, listen, I'm sure you have a lot more to offer about that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going first. I'm going first.
Go.
I've heard the course is fast.
Dude, Jumpman knows ball?
Right. I mean, I don't know if I've got anything else to say. You've stolen all my points.
Yeah, honestly, we might have to cut this segment.
Yeah, well, as Jumpman pointed out, Berlin faster than London, in fact. So, on paper, we would expect a world record, at least purely on that. A lot of people are talking about the conditions of London. So obviously you had the great weather conditions, but there's also the fact that Sawe was pushed by Kajolcha in the last 10K or so, which I think is a first for him, because he's normally, you know, exploded away in the last 10K and no one's really been able to challenge him. And I think my main concern with Berlin is that, well, Kajolcha's confirmed for Valencia, which is also something we'll get onto. And it's likely that Kiplima will go for Chicago. Maybe John Correa will join him as well. So I was saying this on stream like yesterday even, unless you get a real heavyweight big hitter 201 marathoner, I don't know if a world record could be broken, just because Sawe won't feel the need to. And Berlin doesn't offer any massive financial incentive in order to break the world record, because they've had so many. They don't need that legitimacy. Which is why I think Valencia is going to be interesting, because Kajolcha will be responding to Sawe's Berlin Marathon. I think Valencia is in early December, whereas Berlin's in late September. And last year, Valencia offered a €1 million bounty for anyone who broke the world record. Maybe they'll put it again for this year, which gives Kajolcha a real chance to go for it. And also we know that Kajolcha's a dog, so, you know.
Dude, we haven't seen an athlete win $1 million prize since, I think, Haile Gebrselassie did in, I want to say, it was in Dubai, right? It was a 10K.
Yeah, Dubai.
He had to break the 10K world record.
10K?
Yeah, I think he had to just break the 10K world record, and they just gave him $1 million. And it wasn't even like a crazy record he had to break too, which was also really confusing. The whole concept of it was actually really weird. It honestly almost sounds like some weird money laundering scheme, because of how unimportant the 10K world record really was at the time. I mean, it was still pretty competitive, all things considered, but I think that is the last time someone has won $1 million since then. I mean, maybe it could have been GST, but
do you remember?
2000. It was early 2000s, right, Adam?
Are you sure it's the 10K? Because I mean, I'm looking it up right now. They definitely offered $1 million bounty if you broke the marathon world record in Dubai. I'm not seeing anything here about 10K.
Let me see. Haile Gebrselassie, 10K road world record.
So I remember looking at this in my iceberg video, and I think it was Dubai offered a $1 million jackpot for the world record, but it was in the marathon, not the 10K. No one cares about
I do see this. No, there was a separate thing about, let me just type in Haile Gebrselassie $1 million, because I swear to God, I was even trying to look for some sort of, including a $1 million bonus in 2002. Yeah, world best and $1 million for Gebrselassie. Yes, the 10K road race this afternoon in 27:02, a new world best. It was a looped course, and he captured a prize purse of $1 million USD. Yes, I do. I vaguely remember this, and I was trying to look for footage of it, but yeah.
So not even sub 27. I mean, well, not even sub 27. But you know what I mean, right? For world record standards.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a competitive. I mean, it was competitive, but I mean, he won by 40 seconds. So,
yeah. If we're thinking easy $1 million races, what about the one between Jansen and Donovan Bailey? You guys remember that?
Of course. Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh, yes.
Adam, you remember that?
Hey, honestly, I remember watching that. I was glued to my TV screen.
Who's Donovan Bailey? Name 10 races he's won.
10?
The Olympics.
He knows ball.
The Golden League. Exactly.
I don't even think, wait, did Bailey actually win the Olympics? I can't recall. I'm pretty sure he just won a world championship.
Oh, that...
The Olympics is a risky guess, because I'm guessing he's known for either not winning a world title or an Olympics.
Did he actually? No, he definitely won a title, right? He won one.
Yeah, he's won 96. He's won a title.
I was going to say, he definitely won at least one Olympic title.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was an Olympics or Worlds.
And he still has the world record in like an off distance. Yeah, the 50 meters, he has the world record in still, which, I mean, come on now. I mean, it's pretty fast. 5:56, I'm pretty sure, is that's schmovin'. Because I know he was always super duper explosive. He was a very explosive guy. So
yeah, you might need to cut this because it's really, really stupid. But I'm in a Blue Lock anime Reddit page, just like the fan Reddit for Blue Lock, and they were seriously debating 50-meter world records and 50-meter times, comparing the players to like the world leaderboard, and they were pulling up the World Athletics pages and stuff. And they were all like arguing of like, oh, how have they not beat the times? And I had to go on the Reddit and be like, actually, guys, it's not a standard race and they don't run it anymore.
Wait, what Reddit?
Jumpman had to set the boys straight.
What is? You said...
I was actually being in the. It's Blue Lock. It's a soccer anime.
Actually.
Oh. I was gonna say I'm like the least educated person when it comes to anime here, and really,
like, feel free to get rid of that. It's just
no. I mean, listen. Listen. Anime is cool nowadays, so it's nowhere near as socially isolating as it used to be. Do we just want to talk about Gout Gout real quick? He was on 60 Minutes. That's pretty awesome. Like,
that's awesome, but also, Area Knighton wasn't, and Knighton, like, going by age, was quite a bit better, actually, really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair, but also in all fairness, I think Knighton's rise wasn't as well documented, and B, I don't know, I guess he just didn't have the same mainstream appeal as Gout Gout.
I think low-key it's the aesthetic of Gout's running, just like it really is mesmerizing. Like, yeah, and God, the amount of times that clip gets posted of him running like the 10:04 when he was 16. It gets posted like once every 2 weeks to some stupid Twitter page,
and he usually gets a few million views.
Yeah, every time.
Did you guys see the video of him doing a block start with Lyles? People lost their mind over this. I cannot believe
what was the sentiment? Yeah.
I don't know. People just got really upset with this clip where they just, I don't know, they just hyper-analyzed it and said that, if he can't beat Lyles out of the blocks, he's never going to be a future prospect.
Oh, come on.
It's like,
if you can't beat the world champion out of the blocks at age 16, what are you doing with your life?
Hey,
Better
bro, he's
grip.
18. He's an adult. Okay?
Sorry. No. He is in his prime, to be fair. He's basically washed at this point.
He's legal territory. Let's leave it at that.
And I get the vague sentiment that, okay, Lyles is far from being known as a starter. If anything, has never been known as a starter. I get it. It's not a great look. Gout is 18. Why are we treating him like this? What is going on here? People need to relax. We need to step back, not take this clip at face value and make it a determinant or a predictor of his entire career. We just need to step back and relax.
Dude, it's a good thing that Gout literally does not care. Like,
yeah.
He does not care about any of this stuff online. Or maybe he does a little, but like he does a good job of maybe putting it aside and not showing it on camera. But also, as an athlete, he's already a bad starter, but I've seen a lot of training clips and he's getting blitzed in training by his teammates with his starts. Like, he's definitely just like a big time performer and needs the adrenaline to run well. You know, some athletes are like that. They don't train, or they're not fast in training. They're not particularly good in training, and then they, you know, when it comes to competition time, they're really quick. I think it's a little bit of that with the clip as well.
Yeah, and I also
feel like as well, this is like just a PR thing, isn't it? I mean, a lot of it is just, you know, training with Lyles. Like, it's a good clip. You're not trying to go all out in this training session.
Yeah, people should be looking at this clip positively. It's a cool clip.
Or both Adidas athletes.
People should just be like, wow, this is so cool that Gout is training with Lyles. How is that not the alternative outlook here? It's just be like, oh, wow, what a cool clip. Is that really that hard to come to that conclusion? But I did want to touch on, and I know this has been touched on before with, like, especially when Gout really started hitting the mainstream sprinting media, was his coach. I forget who they are by name. My bad. But I do think it's cool that, you know, the coach always says that she doesn't want to or rush his development, which that's great. I love hearing that from a coach. I think that's wonderful to hear for such a promising prospect in the sport, and that hearing that from a coach for an athlete that literally everyone is watching right now is such a healthy mindset to have. And that I just wanted to kind of get that out there. It's a really cool thing for her to share.
So her name is D Shepherd, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, shout outs.
And yeah, why is she such a different coach? And I guess what would the word be? Like, I don't know, like alternative, but she's a parent first, pretty much. She got into the sport through her kid, and she didn't even really get into the sport. It's like her kid ran the sport, and all she knew is, I think she saw Gout and then wanted to coach him, but like needed to become a staff at the school. So she left her job, which was just at a supermarket, to join the school. I don't know, not in a teaching role or anything, maybe even like a janitorial role, just so she could coach track and field at a school. So she had no formal training in the sport at all, and has taken Gout. And Gout's not her only fast athlete too. She's training a lot of the Queensland sprinters out there. She's got a teammate that runs 10.3, and a schoolmate as well that ran 10.6, I think, or 10.5. I might be a little off with the numbers, but there's a lot of kids coming out of Queensland that are really quick, and she's coaching a couple of them.
No, that's cool. That's sick to hear. I didn't even know the full backstory. That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pivoting off of a prodigy, Melanie DOGgett.
Oh.
Another day.
What do I even say at this point, given what we talked about before? I mean,
You're going to put the race up for Adam as well?
Oh, yeah. I guess I'll show it. I probably won't play the audio.
We need to help Adam out. Adam's like sprint tarded.
Exactly. That almost a stumble out of the blocks.
But, dude, she is moving. It's just unreal.
Oh, that's a bit
he did the right shot.
Yeah, this angle looks ridiculous. Yeah. Insert "you're in the wrong race" clip.
22.71.
Insane. Just, I mean, there's quite literally nothing else you could say about this performance, given everything she has done up until this point. It's
I
just.
don't know though. I think her start was a little bit slower than Thomas's, so.
Oh, okay, Adam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're the biomechanical expert here, and
Yeah, I saw that video. Like, there's quite a few issues there. So,
Yeah.
you know, as a sprinting expert, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, so what? She's run 11 flat or 11:01 this season. The time with no wind rating. She ran a 23 low early this season too, and now she just ran that 22.71. What is that like? Does it say it there? Like it's number 2 all time US or something, like US high school girls or something like that. Maybe top 4 all time. Ridiculous. She's like 14. Well, she's a freshman, and she broke the age grade 14 record, and it's not even the age 14 record was held by that other girl, Cameron Daly, and it was a 22.73, but into a -1 headwind. So Daly, given a better day, is going to beat that. That record's not even going to stand. How incredible! She's not even the fastest. Like that's the reality.
Can we look up how fast points? Like obviously we know it's obscenely fast, near like probably Continental League tier. Like she could compete on the Continental Tour and probably even win a race. Honestly, depending on the day. What is it? 22.71. What is that points wise?
Yeah.
11.64. What the fuck? What is that converted to like a 5K? That's sub 15. That's like if a literal child broke 15. I mean, like,
Nah, her and Cameron Daly are built different, man. And
this isn't even sprint.
I mean, it's just
This isn't even sprintflation or trackflation. This is just another level of the talented of the talented are all coming together like the Avengers, and it's just insane to witness. It really is.
What do you think, though? Will be interesting to see if she grows any taller, because I think based on I've watched a lot of her races. I don't know, she grew quite quickly. I think she's kind of been this height for the last like 2 years, and she's definitely one of those young athletes who's hit puberty. So, I mean, for 100, like it doesn't really matter. You know, you've run 11 flat. You can be running that for a career and still be, again, elite. But I just wonder about pushing to that next level. I mean, not that it matters too much. She has 14.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait. It's just one of those wait and see type of deals.
Yeah.
All right. Do we finally want to talk about Shanghai? I think it's time. Now we're warmed up. We got the juices flowing. But now let's reel it back. Talk about something pretty... Well, okay. I have a few things to ramble about beforehand, because there were some weird things about Shanghai that I think should be addressed first before we go into all the really good stuff that happened. First off, Faith Kipyegon's race was not streamed. What the fuck?
Is that not even on FlowTrack through like the paid service?
It was. I think FlowTrack was the one person that showed it.
Mr. John FlowTrack streamed it himself.
Exactly. If FlowTrack are doing the best job at streaming a meet, you have an issue.
Yeah, let me see. So I looked. So I don't know what the Diamond League quality was like from the actual stream. But when you go to FlowTrack's YouTube channel and you look at some of these videos, the frame rate is horrendous. It's terrible. Hold on, let me pull up this one for example. Just watch the frame rate. And I'm streaming in very good bitrate, 60 FPS. It's so... Look how choppy it is.
Yeah, it's jank.
Settling in here.
It looks terrible.
No surprise.
You can... It's very...
No, that's definitely what you guys were just getting on FlowTrack.
This looks horrendous. I can't even believe they're allowed to stream a race in general like this. This is... I mean, it's so unacceptable. And yeah, look at one of the first comments I saw on this. How is the video quality so poor? The choppiness makes it difficult to watch. Oh, don't worry, honey. The entire Diamond League meet was like this. It's just, how are we in? How is it 2026 and we cannot stream things at 1080p, 60 FPS?
Listen, little tip for everyone out there. If you live in Australia, you can watch it for free on YouTube. By some weird YouTube channel. I'll link it to you, RunnerBoi, and you can maybe put it on screen.
Am I allowed to do that?
Somehow. Yeah, why not? Just come to Australia and watch the Diamond League for free. Just come to Australia. It's that simple. Buy a plane ticket.
Well, is it a pirated stream? I don't want to link a pirated.
No.
Okay.
That's legitimate. It's free. It's a free stream if you live in Australia. I think New Zealand gets it. I think Singapore gets it. I don't know how many specific countries get it, but those are the 3 that I know.
Yeah, because listen, I'm not against piracy. Don't get me wrong. I'm a sailor of the 7 seas, if you will. But we can't just be straight up linking free streams or encouraging
this
people
is legit. I got it for free. I was literally watching it on the telly last night when it was on.
Did it look like this?
Sick. No, that's why I said only. Like, it's funny that you're getting the paid service and you're getting the ass, but that's really how it is.
The BBC stream was also completely fine. So
that's so weird.
It is
Faith Kipyegon.
Well, I know FlowTrack streams. They don't stream it through their own, because obviously they're not there streaming it themselves. Because I've seen them do that with MileSplit. There's actually screenshots of FlowTrack restreaming a MileSplit stream, and the 2 logos just ugly. Is that even a word? They just collide with each other, and it's so scuffed. You could just tell they put 0 effort.
Yeah, so they're streaming the screen share essentially, and it's like absolutely munting the quality.
Yeah, and I think that's what they do here. I think they just restream whatever Diamond League feed is off of whatever English feed that's being streamed through Wanda or whatever, and it looks horrendous. But I don't know. I'd have to check the actual. I'll have to use a VPN and check the actual Diamond League stream itself. There will be an editor's note on whether or not the quality improved, but on FlowTrack's channel, looks like shit. It's horrible, poopy, god awful.
I don't even have to put up with that. I can't even access like any of those videos without a VPN.
But aside from that, Shanghai was actually a pretty solid meet, to be honest. I was surprised, especially for a Diamond League opener, a lot of good things happened.
Personally, I think Adam should start. We've got the list. Because the men's 3K was one of the first races.
Oh, I guess it was
really good. And it's also funny that I was messaging Adam when it was happening, and he was telling me, it's not that quick. It's not that great. There was like 10 national records.
I will pull up exact screenshots if you want that to happen.
I was saying it was like, you literally said it was.
Hey, I was saying it was like it was a great race, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is absolutely insane. It was 7:25.
But it was insane. Like 14 people under 7:30. What are we talking about? Is that not insane these days?
7:25 is pretty quick now.
Maybe I'm jaded. No, it's quick. It was a great race.
Jaded.
I was excited.
You're jaded.
Maybe I'm jaded.
Oh wait.
No, it wasn't.
Adam,
it wasn't 7:24.
You're smoking.
It wasn't 7:24.
It was 7:25.
It was 7:25.
Let's see. What was?
You're smoking crack, Adam. I'm sorry.
He's going red. He's going red.
Good. It was good.
Not a real distance fan.
You're smoking crack if you think for a season opener 7:25 isn't like insane.
I wasn't demeaning it. I was just saying it wasn't like utterly insane. I'm
He's
trying
just
to
mad
scroll
because
back and find the
didn't
messages
win.
now.
Yeah.
Nah.
Typical Euros.
Honestly, hey, look at the guy who won was also European as well. He was from Germany.
Oh yeah, he's from Germany.
Was he?
Exactly.
Okay, come on. Come on. We're not doing that. No one, listen,
I'm not even European. None of the stuff really applies to me, but
you just want to stir the pot.
Oh, absolutely. That's what Australians do, and I'm Australian.
Okay, maybe I undersold it a lid. I said, I mean, it was a good race. 7:25 is big, but not in all capitals crazy. So that's what I said.
No,
then
that's
I said,
fair
I
enough.
reckon,
I feel more so
I reckon
the
plenty of the
context
PBs were a
entire
bit
race was
soft.
crazy.
And Abdullahi dragged everyone along. Don't get me wrong, though, great race, especially in May. So I think that's completely defensible.
What even is 7:25 on the all-time list? Bro, it's like top 10 all-time, I'm pretty sure. Like, what?
I actually understand the point that a lot of the PBs, even the historical times, are kind of soft. I mean, look, Ingebrigtsen like that far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, but 7:17 is probably one of the best times
yeah.
ever run in distance running.
Yeah, but it's also just it's like, it's not a world championship race.
How many big
it's
races
not
do we
one
get?
that's
Exactly. Like,
yeah, but he beat but the 3K record was considered, if not the hardest.
Listen, it's not about the record. It's not about the record. It's about it ranking historically against other times because it's not a frequent race, right? Jakob's great. Okay, we get it. You like him, okay?
I think,
Big fan.
yeah, but I think the 3K record is more competitive than the 5K record, or is harder to break than the 5K record and the 10K record. I think 7:17 is clinically insane.
I don't have a
What's the
stake in this.
world athletics points on that?
Dude, Jakob's is 13:20. His 7:17.
Okay, yeah. So that's
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yes, the 3K record is the best men's distance record in my opinion. And Coleman's record,
Jamie, pull up Bolt's record.
Coleman's distance record.
Distance.
Also, Coleman's record has lasted since 96. And the 3K is not just subtly run. Like, a lot of big names run the 3K a decent bit. Whether it's not even just indoors, but outdoors, it's held throughout the year, you know, a decent bit at times. And people have constantly tried to give the record a crack and tried to, you know, dethrone Coleman's record. And I don't know. I'm holding my own here. I think 7:25 is an insane opener, and I think it was a pretty insane race all around.
All right, here's a litmus test to tell if the leaderboard is weak. If you see Grant Fisher's name in the top 5.
Well, that's an indoor mark, so
rude.
the points are inflated.
Yeah.
But
I mean, oh wait, that's an indoor time. That's even
He
that's
ran
actually crazy.
7:22 indoors though. That is still mental.
7:22 is pretty insane indoors, and also Grant's a pretty good time trialer.
Prime Grant Fisher. Yeah, Prime Grant Fisher. He's up there.
Yeah, I know. Listen, it was a bit of a joke because usually the US aren't on the all-time leaderboards in distance.
I
think middle distance is relatively diverse, definitely by like long distance standards.
Yeah, I'd say middle distance it's a lot more balanced, but yeah, 5K and up it does get a bit more weighted towards the East Africans. What was even after the 3K? I have to look at the schedule. I don't remember the schedule on hand. I don't even think they have it in order properly here anymore. I'd have to go to.
No, we don't actually need to go by the schedule or anything. I just remembered the 3K. I wanted Adam to talk about it because of what he said.
Yeah, and then he slandered it.
There were some interesting results there. Hey, I didn't. I'm not even going to respond to the rage bait, but nah. I mean, several national records as well. Like, I'm going to run a national record. He started off his season well. Tim Chariot ran 7:26. I'm pretty sure 7:27.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7:27, which I feel like for him at this stage is really good, given he was never like.
I agree.
I don't think he's been quite a big 8:15 guy, right? Mm. He's got 1:43 at 100 PB and now a 7:27 3K, which I think is really impressive.
That's hella range.
You were saying he's moving up to the 5K. In what, like the next Diamond League or in the coming Diamond League?
Did I say that?
Oh, maybe I'm hallucinating. I don't know. I got the impression somewhere that he was moving up distance. I don't know who I heard that from. I only talk to you guys. So one of you said it.
I mean,
I definitely wasn't.
It makes more sense that he'd do a strength-based build. So I do, because I know a guy who knows a guy who's in Tim Chariot's camp. So maybe I vaguely heard something like that. But another thing as well, right? You see how me and RunnerBoi, we were debating the altitude times in the Kipkeino Classic with the 5K. So Cornelius Kemboy, he won, I think I don't remember if he won, but he ran 13:09 in Kipkeino, and that was equivalent with the altitude calculators to like a 12:40. So he didn't run anywhere close to that in the 3K, or at least equivalent wise, but his 7:27 is apparently equivalent to a 12:48 5K. So he has massively improved, and I was keeping an eye on him a little bit because of that. I was curious to see the conversion there.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I completely forgot about that. No, I mean I do still hold my own that sub 13:10 is Kipkeino? I forget how you pronounce it.
Nairobi.
It's in Nairobi, right? Yeah, which is crazy altitude. I still I think sub 13:10 is insane. I think that's a ridiculous time. Maybe not ridiculous, but it's really, really good. So I was listen, even if history didn't say he was gonna run super fast, I still thought just based off that time alone, he had something relatively promising to offer. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe if we see him in an actual 5K, we might see him pull off an upset.
We might see him next week in a 5K. Because I know Abdullahi and Amgren are running in a 5K next week in Shanghai.
Ooh, or Jammman.
So maybe check if he's in there. Jammman, yeah.
No, I'm excited for that.
And I think the Kenyan runners do like to prioritize that.
No, that'd be sick. Listen, I know based off that our conversation 5 minutes ago, that clearly you hate the 3K and everyone who runs it, and that you wish it didn't exist, and that everyone stinks at it. But what about the 3K steeplechase? We're going to see, or is it particularly the women's steeplechase, because I said this last year in my wrap-up video, or was it uploaded this year? No, I didn't. I don't even know if I uploaded this year. But I do think the women's steeplechase record is 100% going down this year, like without question, because the top three, which is Yavi, Kimutai, and I think Ivor pull up here, and Cheritich, they're just all insane at the event, like clinically insane at the steeplechase, and they ran 8:51 for a season opener, which
that's well within top 10 of all time, right? Like I just remember briefly looking at that.
5 to 10 years ago, breaking 9 was considered godly, utterly godly. You were just considered a complete outlier if you were able to run sub. And I mean, you're still insane if you run sub 9. But also I recognize this name too, the Tunisian woman, Marwa. I don't know how to. I'm not gonna try and butcher. Bouziani. I know she's always been really fast too. It's actually kind of cool to see a sub 9 from her. I know she's always been super duper fast, and yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to her. Nora Gerudo running 9:10 is strange. Didn't she face some controversy before with a ban, and then she kind of got bailed out on some weird technicality?
Oh man, you're the ban guy.
Exactly.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I think
you were in this time in your spreadsheet somewhere. Come on.
Because I remember I remember I theorized that low key the Kazakhstani government like more or less bailed her out or got her out of the case, because it did not look good for her. She was supposed to get 2 years, I think, or something along those lines, and no, she just got off scot-free and was able to run. But now she's not running as well, and it just looks weird. And yeah,
what's new with fucking athletic bodies and governing bodies getting certain athletes off free, you know?
Well, dude, what about Burke Halem? Speaking of which.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened there? I thought she was 100% banned from the age cheating thing.
Dude, I saw her running. That's the first thing I said. I literally messaged Adam immediately.
Did they not release a statement on that? Yeah, did they not release
So I don't think they released an official statement. They did like in their official, like, because they do filings, I think, every month for ratifications and all this stuff. And I can't remember the exact wording, but my best guess, and this isn't even really a great excuse, but my best guess is that they couldn't prove, like, she couldn't prove that she was the age she said she was, but maybe they didn't have a high enough burden of proof to say that she lied or that her age is actually this. So based off that, they can't ban her. I don't even know what the rules are regarding age cheating. Like, I don't think there's been a single athlete officially banned for it. So this feels a bit like almost like a Limo situation where there just isn't any regulation on it, and therefore they're kind of just hoping people won't discuss it and sort of let it rest.
I've actually got the article up right now, and the 5 under-20 world records were rejected due to age cheating. So they were rejected. There was no bans. There were no repercussions, and the only athlete named 100% to have been older than the age they'd given was Medina Isa, the young Ethiopian, and she was 3 years older than her passport, so her records were stopped. But then they also mentioned Halom, but her birth has not been established to the satisfaction of the athletics integrity unit. So it's more of an accusation for her, I suppose, but Isa was definitely or Aisa,
Isa, yeah,
names.
I don't know.
Man, I don't know why I thought she faced 2 years or whatever. Am I thinking of someone else? I thought there were 2 years for someone. I can't believe
I don't think anyone's been banned for age cheating.
I can't believe I Mandela effect myself.
I'm actually looking at this. It's incredible. How is?
Oh, you know what I saw? It was this tweet.
Cheaters?
I think it was this tweet that I maybe saw from this account. It was like
suspended for 2 years.
Yeah, where he was like,
"Oh, they are about to be, but they're actually not." Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's where I'm conflating the two things. So either way,
when was the last time she ran?
Before this race,
Well, no,
Issa or Halom?
Halom's still running. Issa.
Yeah.
I don't know. Isn't she on a start list for?
I think she ran recently.
She's run this year. She ran the 5K with Kipyegon.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not. I thought she raced.
Bro, how do you set under 20 world records? Go to under 20 games, get caught, and then just like, oh yeah, keep running.
I mean, I don't.
That's abysmal.
So I don't know if I'm going to shift the burden on the athletes as much, because I actually do know that the Ethiopian Athletics Federation has come under hot water from their own athletes at times.
Yeah.
So I do think there may be some sort of, not so subtle corruption or manipulation of these sort of systems where, maybe the verification isn't as diligent. So they take advantage of that and use athletes, because Ethiopian prodigies in particular pop up. You'll see them in random indoor races and crushing them. You'll see them like I've noticed there isn't a lot of age records in distance running from Ethiopians, especially on the women's side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a video about this. I mean, there's loads of Ethiopian prodigies right now.
Yeah. So
see, but then it comes around to the age-old question: is they were just following orders a good enough excuse?
I think you have to go into more detail around that.
I think it's case dependent. It's so complex. Because, athletes, even if they're in their low 20s, given the financial incentive, they're just put in this insane amount of pressure to just succeed in any capacity. So, I don't know. I don't know any of their situations or how much they need to succeed or need the money or to support themselves or whatever. Obviously, we're saying it's wrong that this happens. We don't, we think it's really, really sad, actually, especially for youth championships, where the foundation for these athletes, these races are so important to them because they can be life-changing depending on how they perform. That's the foundation of where agents and sponsors look to be, hey, we think you're the future of this event, or we think you're a great fit for our brand or whatever because we think you perform great. So I do think that in and itself is a problem, but like a lot of situations, I do think it's more systematic, or I think it's more government or organization influence than it is from an individual perspective. Not that the individual doesn't agree to it or isn't complicit, but I think there are times where, federations like that can maybe push it a bit too far and pressure them a bit too hard. What else did we have?
Guys, we're such negative people, man. Everything, even when we try and talk about the Diamond League, we just devolve into controversy. All of this stuff.
It's not our fault. It's,
fun stuff.
I mean, to be fair, it's not our fault these things are happening. We didn't cause them. We're just discussing them because, they just they're important to talk about. And I mean, we've been through the whole shtick last episode where we said, despite all this stuff, we still love the sport day in and day out. There's a reason why we are even doing this in the first place. We just love to talk about the sport in general, whether it's the bad and the good stuff. I think it's funny that I want to pivot to the 100 because my reactions are just not super positive, because I'm very disappointed in Tebogo, especially. Jumpman, I know the fraud allegation. The fraud allegations are in full force for you.
I was literally just thinking, like, I guarantee we're going to the 100 after this, and you've just mentioned negativity, and the most fun about this race is to talk about the negativity. I mean, I've literally debated over this because I was writing my video today. I'm going to edit it tomorrow or whatever. But these probably come out at similar times. But Tebogo ran 8.7 was his clocked split at the 4x100 or the 4x100 at the World Relays, which is supposedly the second fastest 4x100 meter finishing split of all time, only behind Asafa Powell. So people were writing in the comments, they're like, he's in peak form, PB form, and then he comes out to the Diamond League and he runs 10.12 and comes dead ass, a 6th place finish, well off from the winners. And also Tebogo, bit of a mental problem watching him run. Whenever he's losing, he gives up. He gave up at like 90 meters and was leaning back. So he probably could have run a slightly better opener than he did. But just again, yeah, fuck splits. Splits aren't real. The race is the real deal. Only when they line up and you get a real time is a real.
The only splits you can trust are from Nat, the GOAT of
well, that was
actual
one of his, wasn't it? Was it not? He agreed.
Yeah, but I mean, the split. Oh, you're saying like the splits aren't conducive to good performances. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I thought you were talking about the validity of the splits themselves. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. No, the splits, just doesn't mean it's going to be a good performance next time around. And also, I mean, I still wouldn't really trust a split anyway. Like, it's just, there's too many factors. I'm going to be honest.
That's fair. I think that's fair. The beauty of the baton seems to really influence the outcome of a race psychologically more than it should physiologically. Like, the fact that it can influence your physiology so much is so funny to me at times. Just people, they're just a different human being with a baton in their hand. AKA Wade van Niekerk nowadays, is he still fast in the 400 and 200 at times? Yeah, he could put up a fight here and there. But I mean, you give that guy a baton and all of a sudden he's the greatest 400 runner to ever exist. Again.
I'm really interested in what happened to him because all he did was tear an ACL, was it not?
What do you mean that's all he did?
All he did was tear an ACL.
Dude, I've known...
All he did was have like the worst physical injury possible for an athlete.
Bro, you can function without an ACL. Rugby players can play without an ACL, and they're playing like that's a pivotal, ligament for like agility-based things. Not so much for running in a straight line. Also, Achilles tears way worse. Tearing your patella tendon way worse. An ACL, dude? Come on, to not like... I know athletes in person who have come back from that and done better. Not to say like, I don't know, it's such a funny, fuck, I sound like I'm shitting on the guy. I don't fucking hate Wayne Randy. I don't think he's a pussy or something. But like, such an interesting injury to take out an athlete and derail their whole career. Like an AC, I don't know.
I don't know about interesting, because it's still guaranteed like 12 months off if we're being realistic. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not
surgery, and then you have to recover. But I think most people agree, even with it's like okay, at least 9 months. Then if we talk about getting fit, minimum a year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. Like, obviously, the only way we could tell how pivotal it was to like, he doesn't get injured, and then we see if his career just kind of slowly declines. Like, anyway, like I'm thinking. Even like Johan Blake, what ended his career? I don't want to screw this up and get it wrong, so I'm going to look it up real quick. But I'm pretty sure it was like a hamstring. It was a hamstring injury that like threw him off. Yeah, okay, severe hamstring tears. Okay, that's a little bit different. He had constant hamstring tears. I guess that's not a equal comparison.
Basically, what you're saying is that Wade van Niekerk is a big baby who couldn't get back into prime shape, and that he should just stop running all the.
Not stop running. Okay, that is ridiculous. How dare you say that? That is disgusting.
I didn't say it.
He is great. He is a legend.
He's trying to compensate too hard. It's just fake.
Yeah, the LARP is going too far. The YARP is going too far.
So we've established we hate everyone who does the 3K, and we especially hate Wade van Niekerk. Good stuff.
Listen, I just think an ACL injury is not one that derails your whole career. It's an interesting...
Okay. Bro saying walk out.
I'm going to injure your ACL, and you see how you recover from it.
Dude, I've gone through way too many injuries, and I'm going to come back better. But no, listen, if Yulima Rojas comes back from her Achilles tear, and she jumps, like, well in the 15s again, and I think it's coming. Like, she jumped 14.7 last year, and, like, I think she jumped a 14.9 already. Like, she's bound for the 15 meters. If she hits peak again, Wade van Niekerk, no excuses. No excuses.
The mantra for what I'm getting is, Wade, if you're seeing this, next time just walk it off. Yeah, just walk it off.
Lock in.
Listen, come down to my local track and take me on at a 400. We'll see what happens.
All right. I think the last thing we could probably really touch on is the women's shot. I'm actually real. I'm so ecstatic to hear about this. This is so cool to hear, and I think almost not many people are going to mention this, but we unequivocally should. Jessica Schilder, I believe. I've heard of the name before, and I've seen the results here and there. Not super duper familiar with women's shot. I know a few names when I see them. I know Sarah Mitten. I know Chase Jackson, Daniel Thomas Dodd, especially from her controversy with the Jamaicans Athletics Federation. But 21 plus, that's a beefy freaking throw. And as we discovered and have heard through the grapevine, it is the first over 21 meter throw in something around the ballpark of 15 years.
Since 2012 is the first 21 meter throw. Valerie Adams last threw 21 meters in 2012. And also, it's the first ever 21 meter throw by a female athlete using the spin technique.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, so Valerie Adams was throwing pure muscle because she is a freak. She was throwing from the glide.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was a glider.
Yeah, I mean, it's I haven't watched a whole bunch of historical shot put. I mean, I've actually followed mainly them three, and there's the German, and then there's Maddie West, the New Zealander, who like stole a silver. No, I'm not going to say stole a silver. That's like calling them a bad athlete. But she got an unexpected silver in Paris, where it was really, really slippery.
Yeah.
But no, let me look up Schilder. Schilder has been winning medals since like 2022. I'm pretty sure.
I've seen her pop up a few times throughout the years. Like, the name is very familiar when I do see it. Because she's the only Dutch, right? Is she Dutch?
Yep, she's Dutch.
Yeah, she's the only Dutch athlete that I would see in women's shot put. So I recognized the flag and then the name kind of clicked together. So, I mean, big shout outs to her. Much respect. Really cool to break a barrier like that for the first. Like, honestly, throwing fans have been eating good the last few years. You know,
dude,
wind
absolutely.
aided stuff aside, even a lot of insane things have been happening in the throws. So,
the discus, I think all modern throwers own every record. So they own the world record. To be fair, that's Ramona. No one really cares. But Stahl owns the world championship record, and Stoner and Alekna both own the Olympic record. They both broke it in 2024. So really, like,
and then what's his name?
It doesn't matter. Windy conditions or not.
Nadeem from Pakistan. He
broke
Pakistan in the javelin.
Nadeem.
Yeah, Arshad Nadeem. Yeah, that's insane. Like, so many insane things have been happening in the throws. And I know we're running Centered Podcast, but honestly, this is just a quick announcement. Give these events a chance here and there, because not only when it is on for a while, you have the opportunity to really immerse yourself in an event that lasts for a while. Because, you know, in our sport, especially in certain events, you know, you get to watch them run for a minute or two max sometimes. The throws, especially if you become familiar with some of the big names over time, you really do get to appreciate these meets and how intense these competitions can be at times. It's also cool to see some of them really get into it, whether it's their iconic yelling during the throws or their celebrations. They really, and they compete for almost nothing at times. They really are the unsung heroes of athletics as a sport, and I will always have the utmost respect for them. So just big shout outs to the throwing community in general, obviously to Schilder, but yeah, check out the field event side of things. If you are a big running fan, just give at least one or two events a chance, not just Mondo in the pole vault. That doesn't count. You know, really try to explore it.
I like you mentioned this. I'm literally going to make a massive video slandering the discus like this week. Like, no shit.
You couldn't just let me be positive for more than 5 minutes straight.
No, okay, listen. The massive takeaway of the discus is it's the best we've ever seen. The men's discus is in the best era we've ever seen. They own all the records. Blah blah blah. Ramona's just bad. Like, if somebody in the there was one guy in the comments of the last podcast saying something good about Ramona. It's not good. All right, it's just not. Look, we've got the best generation of throwers, but outright them going to Ramona to throw 5-6 meters further than they normally do. Yeah, it's just bad. I will go watch my video on it in about a week's time. I promise. It'll be interesting at least.
Yeah, I would say I'm still kind of anti Ramona at the end of the day too. It's just, I think it's pretty weird as well.
To be fair, I more so should say anti all the big windy throws, because it's not fair to say just Ramona. You know, like the previous world record was windy. The previous throw before that was windy. The record before that was windy too. So it's just something that needs to be somehow, I don't know, governed, I guess.
Yeah, and we get it. We don't like the Cold War era records ourselves. We think they're absolutely ridiculous, beyond ridiculous, especially when you factor in the fact I mean, we talked about this before. The women's shot and discus records are worth 20 to 30 more points than Usain Bolt's 100 meter and 200 meter records. That is just, it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable by every metric.
That 21 meter throw by Schilder was the best throw, or the second best throw to Adams in 20 years, over 20 years. I think since 2001, she's the second farthest thrower since 2001. She is number 30 on the all-time list.
It's so sad.
That is disgusting. The records they need to do something, man. I don't know what they could do though.
I think they're scared of setting a precedent, but I think there are calculated exceptions you can be making that people would really appreciate it. I've said this before, World Athletics is scared to set precedents and to give the people the power to have opinions that can change things like this. They just, in my opinion, I think they just don't want that. But I think that Cold War era records, like the women's shot and discus specifically, just unequivocally need to go. It's very unhealthy. The fact, I'd imagine the fact that these women train day in and day out and just know that they can never break the world record for certain is just such an awful feeling in the back of their heads, especially when some of them are the next generation or the best generation of throwing we've seen in quite a while. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where if you feel strongly about that, just let the federation know. They have a world records department-ish that you can contact and fill out a form. You know, be the change you want to see if you really care about it. I'd imagine they've complained about it too, some of the throwers, but that's kind of my shtick on that.
All right. Real quick, you want to take a guess at what the shot put world record is for the women's?
The what?
She just threw 21.09 and is like the best in 20 years.
I could say something ridiculous, so that's equivalent to like an 8.400 meter, but I'm gonna guess it's in. Okay, it's 23 meters. Am I in the right range?
20.
I'm thinking 23, or like I was thinking either that or 22 high.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yep.
Are you sure you weren't looking? Yeah. That's pretty good.
I wasn't. I mean,
I don't know it offhand. What is it actually? Is it 2291?
2263.
I thought it was 2290
and it's worth
something.
1,372 World Athletic points.
Yeah.
The discus one's worth more, which is just hilarious. I think it's worth 1384 points or 1382.
Oh, man.
Disgusting.
Poor Allman. What did she change? She changed her name to Scion or something, but...
Yeah. And here's some really niche ball knowledge for the discus. Or is it the discus? There was a discus or shot thrower that threw a mark so far in training, and even the Olympic site for somehow cites it too. I'm surprised they even know about it. It was a mark so far done at a competition, it was a domestic competition, that it breaks the World Athletic Scale. It is past because World Athletic Scale caps at 1,400 points. It's better than that. It literally breaks the scale to the point where
was this like an old record, like old?
It was done during the Cold War era. During the year the record was actually set or around that. But she threw it in a domestic competition where there wasn't super official measurements, but it is documented in some capacity, and it has been thrown around quite a bit. And it is considered the greatest throwing mark of all time. Well, technically, the greatest mark in athletics history, because it's the only thing to break the point scale. How is that even possible?
Yeah. Dude, throwers are weirdly unlucky with how their competitions are laid out. Every year when the World Shot Put Series is on, there's always a couple throwers who like destroy their PBs by like half a meter if they were actually measured properly. But they do the World Shot Put series like it's high jump or pole vault, where it's like a line, and they have to
I've
keep
watched
throwing
it.
past the line to. Yeah, okay. Just in case, so, you know, set the scene. But yeah, like
I'd watch it as well.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Adam. Roger Steen definitely threw over 23 meters this year, and yeah, I mean, just like nothing equates from it. Even Papiri threw like a high 22 or something the year prior.
Is it the same weight? Is it the same weight though they use?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same weight. They just get into like, you know, 10 throws, 11 throws. So
that's true. It does decrease.
Beneficial, but
well, it decreases variance because they have more attempts. So you have a better opportunity to throw a higher quality mark in a competition setting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
exactly, because they just get more throws. So that's like, yeah, I don't know. I wish they, like, if a throw was that big, they could somehow legally measure it. But also they do it indoors on mats with chalk. That's actually similarly to how they do World Indoors anyway. So I don't know where they're missing out on like it being sanctionable to measure like the massive throws. But
yeah, I don't know. Big shout outs to Krauser, by the way, for really trying to change the shot put game with those events. They're fun to watch. I had a good time watching a couple of the streams, so keep doing that. You know, you definitely got our seal of approval. And let's pivot to something that's not there, because we probably alienated about 90% of listeners. They're like, where's the timestamp where he talks about Jakob? Because that is what we're going to talk about next.
3 throwing guys in the fucking comments are going, but they're jerking it right now. Maybe cut that. Maybe cut that.
Absolutely, absolutely jorking. Well, hold on. Well, let's not shame the lefties.
We didn't even really talk about the men's 100. I'm not sure much needed to be said. It was kind of
it was okay.
It was a race. One of the races of all time.
Yeah.
It was literally a race. Everyone ran like around 10 seconds except for Coleman. Everyone laughed at Coleman, guys.
I mean, I just wanted to talk about the women's shot anyways.
Yeah. That was actually probably, I mean, by mark was probably the highlight of the meet. Unfortunately not by World Athletic points though.
No, I think it was the highlight for sure though.
It was a highlight. That was sick seeing that. The 21 meter throw.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show, well, I'm not going to show it, but I mean, you guys can see the screen, but Jakob's been kind of doing a press tour more or less. Because I saw him even on Marathon Handbook. They got him, which I thought was insane.
Yeah.
Because I know he doesn't hop on podcasts almost ever. So to see him just doing so many interviews and hopping on podcasts and whatever, I think this is the beginning of, this is the actual beginning of a promising comeback. But this article that came out by L'Equipe, that's probably not how you pronounce it, but
L'Equipe.
L'Equipe. I just gotta say it in the most American way ever.
L'Equipe.
But yeah, so basically he talks about his comeback and that basically he said that his Achilles is doing a lot better and that he's been putting in hella mileage, actually. Let me find it. I think it was 170 kilometers plus a few hours of cross training he's doing already, which is insane given he got surgery.
He said in the Marathon Handbook interview he's back at full training, basically. Like, that's
crazy.
Yeah, I think he said the last few weeks he is. He just doesn't want to. I think the specific work is where he was really getting issues last year, like when he put on spikes, basically. Mm-hmm. So for now, he's just going to build up his base and then figure it out from there.
Post-Achilles surgery doing this now is insane. Because, he even said it's not even been 3 months. And he's back to full volume, basically.
Yeah, we don't believe these guys are on drugs. Come on.
Don't say that about Jakob. I want to have a career.
It's interesting because he does talk about doping in this article. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys didn't do your damn reading, did you?
He has talked about it before, actually.
Yes.
Because I remember, he talked about it with the Mokate situation. Yeah, because Mokate, former 5,000 meter European record holder.
My goat.
Silver medalist in the World Championships. Exactly. Everyone's goat, if we're being honest here. One of the greats.
I actually love Mokate, but we're not.
Why are we saying that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it, but I love Mokate.
Check out his Instagram.
Why do we love a disgusting doper?
He's got an Instagram post where, I think before he was caught, people were accusing him because of his progression, and then he replied to a comment on Instagram saying your wife is jealous because I'm faster than you. Maybe she
And more
wants to be with
handsome.
Mokatir, who's a winner. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like maybe she doesn't want to be with a loser like you, but a winner like Mokatir. I think he spoke about himself in the third
based.
person as well.
My
which is
favorite part of
amazing.
that is he starts it off with "What hurts, friend." That's my favorite part of the entire thing. He's like, surely your wife would want to be with a winner and not a loser, or something along those lines.
He knows it bar for
And
bar.
then he got banned like 6 months later.
You reckon Google Translate was doing a lot of the lifting there? You know.
I mean,
I remember
probably.
Jakob commented on that. Like he was saying, well, not on the comment, but like he was saying that it's like the ultimate humiliation. I think is the way he described it. Because if you know that someone's doping and you beat them as a natural athlete, then it's like, oh, you cheated and you still couldn't win.
Have you seen his? This is the last thing I'll include about Mokatir. But have you seen the treadmill setup that he has? It's so iconic. It's so cool.
How long was he banned for? Real
I
quick?
love that he's still posting. He posted ChatGPT poetry as well in his like one of his posts for the description recently.
Yeah, we'll get into that because there are a few annoying AI things that some track and field outlets have been doing lately. But
Ooh.
If you see on the far left on the second row, or now on the top row, I think that one might be the poetry one. That one,
which the top left?
like the one post below that one.
Oh, okay. I
think that's. I remember I AI checked one of them and it was 100% generated.
Well, AI checkers
So
are
amazing.
also. If anything, you should just reverse search the actual quote and see if it's original or not. But I mean, I believe it given his website. But we'll come back to that later. But dude, this screenshot, I love this screenshot. This is the most blue collar setup I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the Woodway treadmill is not blue collar, but the fact that it's in this dingy basement and he's just grinding mileage on it, that's cash.
Yeah.
That's cash.
I
That's
will
the,
say his running
That's it.
form does look really nice.
oh, he has beautiful running form too. I love watching him run. All right, I don't know if we glaze Katir maybe a little too much, but
We're going to talk about Jakob, and then just because they have a Katir glaze.
I know, because what I want to talk about too is what he said about doping too, because someone said today, Jakob said this. So today doping is much more sophisticated than it used to be. It is no longer the massive and obvious doping of the past. It's subtle, precise, sometimes almost undetectable. Which,
How would he know that without doping himself?
Hey.
Anyway, carry on. carry on.
but anyways,
Please.
I mean, I would say this is true. This is a very,
White. We can't be
I would say this is a very good quote. I think it has a lot of validity to it. And I don't think he, at least in this quote, is even talking about himself. You know, he's not saying, oh, I'm, whatever. I mean, maybe in the past he has said he's natural and whatever. But I think this is an important quote that should be parroted from a lot more athletes, that, people can get away from it or get away with it. It's very sophisticated. It's, whatever. He's obviously very knowledgeable about even the past and how doping used to work. But where it kind of gets iffy is where he sort of glazes Jimmy Gresher. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. But it's so sad to hear that. I mean, I get it. Europeans got to kind of stick together and whatever. But just out of all the people to be talking positively about, especially given Jimmy goes out of his way to slander almost any and every East African runner he can.
I was literally about to ask, what's wrong with him? Is he French? Like, is it just because he's French? Like,
Well, I mean, that's part of it, but
yeah.
but no, dude, he goes out of his way constantly on Instagram. I mean, I don't have any personal screenshots, but I remember seeing on Instagram stories and even posts from himself. After he won the world championship. Oh, go on.
Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted. Go.
Oh, like even after his world championships win, he thanked, like the article said, Jimmy Gresher thanks anti-doping agencies for his win at the world championships. And it's like, fuck off, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Yeah. I've never seen someone say that before.
It wasn't even just,
I've never seen someone say that before after winning.
The interview as well, it wasn't even just he was like, oh, thanks to AIU for doing great work. Like, you could kind of excuse that, but he was like, let's be honest, East Africa has had a lot of athletes, and I thank the AIU for, like, cracking down on them.
Damn, dude.
Kajelcha came second behind you, and like you were like boys with him. Like, what are you trying to imply, man? Well, we know what you're trying to imply.
Yeah, we know what you're trying. Like, I don't know, just the way it came off especially just felt so dickish and pompous and just reeks of fake nattiness too. It's just so gross. I just don't like, why? What are we doing here? You don't see any other athlete saying some shit like this. He just, I don't know.
All we do is abuse athletes. This is awesome.
Hey, listen, some of them have it coming.
Gressier is an exception.
Yeah, Gressier's a special exception. I'm willing to make an exception.
I don't disagree. I'm just loving where this whole thing's headed, you know.
But yeah, those were the two things I wanted to touch on. That I'm super duper happy that Jakob's coming back. That is so cool to see, and that Jimmy Gressier stinks a lot, and that it sucks that Jakob is glazing.
I feel like this might be a bit more relevant, but upon comeback, how do we think Jakob's going to compete? I mean, obviously it'll trickle in slow. He loves to compete, right? He's going to run before he's properly ready. That's what he did last year too.
He likes racing into shape.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, do we see him coming back to complete form? Do we see him coming to dominance? Given a year, given 2 years.
I don't think 1500 dominance is going to happen.
1500 no. Probably not.
Even, I mean, the 5K, he has a much better shot of it. And again, I think it also depends how we define dominance, because if winning world titles, definitely possible, but in terms of being a consistent Diamond League winner on the circuit, I don't know if he's going to take that approach with the 5K, because you can't just race all the time. Yeah, 1500 is just too deep. Even before his training thing, you wouldn't say he was dominant in the 1500, except in maybe when he was sort of on his rise and it was just Chariot who was his main rival. I feel like now you've got Hawker, Laros is on the rise, Kerr's still really good. There's just too many people.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, dude, the men's 1500 is insane right now. It's actually, I just wish they all came together more often and actually competed and were on the circuit more often. I think it would be the best year ever if everyone can come together more often. I don't know if Josh Kerr is saving himself solely for London and then we'll kind of just sandbag the rest of the year. I hope he shows up more often. I'm obviously not a big Josh Kerr fan, but I do think when he's in races, he does make things a lot more interesting. I think he incentivizes athletes, because a lot of people just want to beat Josh. They just want to beat him. So I think it incentivizes better competition, more gritty final 200s or 400s. So I hope he races more often. I do think that I don't think we've ever even formally talked about his mile world record attempt, mainly because I think we just don't think it's going to happen. To be fair, it's also pretty far out, so got a lot to it's coming up to it. Yeah, I guess
I think he said he's not planning to, I heard an interview, he's not going to be doing much racing. He's down for the Trackfest 800 meter next weekend. That's an 800, obviously.
800, yeah.
But in terms of, I think he said he might do one tune-up race for actual 1500 tune-up race before London, and that's probably the best we're going to get. So it seems unless a Grand Slam track entity comes on, he's not going to be racing often. And I think Commonwealth Games is probably, I reckon after London, he might not even race at all afterwards and just go to Commonwealth Games straight on pretty much.
Gotcha.
It's kind of even worse. It implies he's only in it for the money, saying that unless there's a Grand Slam track entity.
He did directly say with London Diamond League that the reason you don't see lots of big athletes compete against each other regularly is because meet organizers don't have the budget for it, which basically means
that actually
because
makes
they're not
sense.
paying them. I mean, which, if you want to value yourself, you want to be paid what you're worth, so I understand that. I think it's unfair to criticize athletes to undervalue themselves in order to race more for the good of the sport. But whenever you see someone like Jakob who just loves to race, you have to respect it, I think. And especially when there's all this talk about good for the sport, promoting the sport. Kerr likes to talk about, rivalries with the sport and how that helps increase the growth of it. So I would have liked to see a bit more racing from him, but I don't think we're going to see that.
Yeah, I think it's fair. One last thing about the Jakob article that I actually want to highlight here. I forgot he gave a lot of shade to the NCAA. He What did he say?
Oh, shit.
Where is it? It was yeah. So he said the anti-doping authorities are doing a good job, but there is a feeling they are limited. What strikes me is the silence. Why doesn't anyone speak? We see videos on social networks of American college athletes who say they see doping products in the locker room. He knows about the Seth Clevenger situation, which is crazy to me. Like, I did not think, I mean, it did go kind of viral at one point, but I would never have expected him to see it mentioned. And he said, the level of American universities is sometimes higher than that of the world championships. How is this possible? And then he went on to say the quote that we talked about before. Doping is no longer a shortcut. It has become a compliment. I forgot about that too. If you dope and train really well, you get incredible performances. This is kind of, I'm not going to lie. This is kind of eye-opening to see from someone like Jakob.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I feel like he's done a good job of towing the line of stuff he obviously can't say as an athlete competing at the top, but like, you know, acknowledging rather than going further than just saying, you know, doping's a problem. I rely on the authorities to sort things out, and being sport is good. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he's taking a nuanced take on this. And then
at the end, he says the general perception of the public is that everyone is doping, and it's dangerous because young athletes are starting to believe that it's normal. It's tragic. It's not just about winning. It's about integrity, personal growth, seeing how far you can go naturally. So it gets a little weird at the end. I get it. Obviously, we know that Jakob would never be able to hint at anything that he or his competitors are doing, at least ones that he admires. I will say, though, that I just fundamentally disagree, and I think we can all kind of fundamentally disagree, that if you are under the assumption that the hyper elites are doping on a systemic level, that it incentivizes young athletes to take stuff. Because I think because it's such a gray area and that athletes kind of have to find out that they realize they can't likely compete at that level without drugs, that it brings them to that light more in a more private light. It's not as public information. You can't educate people about the dangers of PEDs beforehand and that elite sports are unhealthy. That's the biggest thing. People, like kids need to grow up knowing that elite sports are fundamentally not healthy regardless. And I think that if Jakob does say that the perception of everyone is doping is unhealthy, I don't know. I don't think that incentivizes young athletes to take stuff. I think if anything, it just educates them on the dangers of what it'll take to compete at the top level, if anything. But I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think about that, actually, because maybe I'm miswording what he's saying.
Well, I think if you look at something like bodybuilding, right, where there's definitely, I mean, we had an article linked, there's definitely been a rise in the gym community, especially amongst men, from my understanding, of just casual steroid use or even TRT. I know someone from my school, like from my old school, who's my age, and he's hopping on TRT.
Bloody hell.
And yeah, I'm 21 for reference, right? So like, we do not need TRT.
Are you sure it's TRT? Because like, I don't even think it's.
Well, that's what I've been told.
I guess he's technically replacing his testosterone, but usually, really, what they're doing is they're just injecting. More. Yeah, they're just giving themselves a shit ton more.
Yeah,
more test.
Exactly. So. Yeah, testosterone supplement therapy. If you want.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to.
And like I think most people know, you know, like Chris Bumstead and all these top bodybuilders. Like, yes, they're on steroids. People know that, but I think it does normalize it to a certain extent. Whereas one of the benefits of the contra doping stance with the running community is that I think it disincentivizes people, and there's a difference between aspiring athletes who want to become at a professional grade, who are kind of few and far between, if we're being honest, versus just recreational people who just want to naturally improve themselves. And I feel like the recreational people, if taking steroids is normalized in the way it is for untested bodybuilding, even if people are aware of the fact that they're all on steroids, then that does increase the chances of people using it.
Yeah.
It's a weird line. Because basically it's, do you want to educate people on the dangers of it? But if you do bring awareness to it, is that conducive to incentivization, or does it prevent people? I mean, that's the age-old debate, probably. with drug education in general. Like, do you want to bring awareness to it? Does bringing awareness to it prevent it? Or does kind of not talking about it prevent it on a systemic level? Like, what does less damage overall? And honestly, I'm not really sure. Personally, I think educating people on it and saying that it's dangerous is the better idea, but I don't know. We'll never know that for sure. And it's funny you mentioned that you knew someone that's taking stuff, because there was an article. Fucking hell, this is such a depressing episode. I'm sorry, guys.
In the UK. In the UK.
I'm sorry, guys. This is such a scuffed episode.
I'm very skeptical of this. I can't.
Yeah, this statistic's wild to me.
Yeah, because okay, I've grown up in the UK. I know people, like everyone I know is from the UK, right? And I maybe have known of 3 people who I'm fairly confident or have straight up told me they're on stuff. And I know a lot more than 9 people in the world. So, I mean, apparently the source looked legitimate and everything. It was like the, UCAD anti-doping survey, 1,100 sample size. I found it surprising as well. 23% of women run that. I thought it'd be a very male-dominated thing.
No, dude. So, PEDs are nowhere near as gender biased as you think, dude.
Yeah, how are you reading this, by the way? For me, the article was like locked out. I tried to look at it earlier.
Oh, really?
I've got a subscription. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It just lets me see it.
Oh, for me, it says I need to get a subscription.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they just don't like you.
Damn, priced out, dude. Priced out.
Yeah, I mean, this statistic is mind blowing to me. I can't. I actually can't believe this. But.
Like, as in, I almost can't believe it. I'm thinking, surely there's something going wrong, because...
Yeah, but how?
I can't prioritize my own personal experience over the study, because that's my own individual experience. And it's not like I'm asking everyone, are you on SARMs? Have you purchased them in the last 12 months? So... We're
also a very unique brand of people. Like, we don't drink, we don't vape. I assume we don't smoke as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've been straight edge my whole life.
Yeah, we're pretty straight edge, so like that kind of rules out, us knowing as many people as we could who are like in this type of thing. I don't know. I think of my younger cousins who, different generation, vaping, drinking. It's a lot more prevalent now, especially vaping. Actually, drinking's kind of down the hole a little bit, but like they're also social media riddled. They see online, they see constant, like, I don't know, fitness influencers, hot babes online. They've all got work. They all take this. They all take that. It's and none of it's like none of it has any parental supervision, right? Online is all like a giant free for all. They're just getting massively influenced. That's where the high percentage comes from. Like, man, I know the type of shit my cousins are fucking doing. It's.
Yeah, it's.
I could believe this stat completely. Like,
we're in a pretty wild time for PED usage in youth athletes, and I mean, I said that I would stop talking about this particular topic, at least in super detail. I've stopped because it just like emotionally destroyed me one day. I had to go on like an hour walk, just being like, you can't stop it yourself. You got to stop thinking about it so much. Like, this is not in your control. You could be sad about it, but you can't let it like get to you too much. But it's just crazy though. It's just insane every time I like, especially just seeing this article in like recently, reinforcing 1 in 3 is just incomprehensible to me. It's not even, every time I read it, it just doesn't seem like a real statistic.
Yeah, I genuinely, like, this is what I mean, as in, it's the point where I'm almost doubting the study.
Yeah.
It really is mental to me.
All right, let's pivot to something funny. The AI slop. Yeah, but first, I actually want to show you guys this comment that I got under my Shelby video, which released, perfect. 2 years ago at this point? It was from a guy who had her on his podcast. He's a big Shelby fan.
I'm coming in close.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, wait, can you see that now?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
So,
thank you.
In essence, I'll post it on the screen, but I'll read some of it for the audio listeners, which I'd imagine is a lot of us, or a lot of you guys. We're not jerking ourselves off watching our own podcast all the time. But basically,
we are?
Yeah, he says, fancy talking, but totally off base. You ridicule people without defending her, or you ridicule people defending her with speculation, but you engage in the same behavior. The problem with people who are not elite athletes is that they don't understand or respect how athletes can indeed make huge improvements in a short time. He basically called me a big conspirator. What's the word?
Conspirator.
Conspirator. Yeah, I couldn't think of it for some reason. And he just goes on and on. He agreed with the burrito defense thing, but somehow defended that she was in her right to use it as a defense. Anyways, at the end, he goes, "Does this sound like the behavior of a drug cheat?" And I just go, "Yeah, lol." I showed my dad this, and he started dying at my response.
You know what I would take away from that if I saw that in my comment section?
What?
Fancy talking. Damn.
Wait,
What damn. He hitting on you? Shit.
It's just when people... I don't respond to comments almost ever in my videos, especially in my documentaries, just because I just don't feel the need to address them. I feel like I've said what I needed to say in said documentary. But whenever people say or go through the process of saying something so ridiculous that I feel like I just need to address it, some cases I'm just not even going to give you the respect, but still respond at the same time, which I think is probably the best case scenario. Because even the Kate Carter video for the marathon thing, where she cheated in a half marathon and the 10K, even though she was absolved, conveniently by the British Athletics Federation or whoever it was, UK Athletics. I had someone DM me where they were like, "Hey, Kate Carter got absolved by whoever, and I don't think you should have this video up as a result, and I think it's super disrespectful." I just said LMFAO. That's it. And he just left me on red. He was like, "Damn, all right. I mean, stand on business, I guess." He just had nothing to say. Like, that's how I respond to these people at times, who just go through the effort of trying to let me know how wrong I am so confidently that I'm just like, okay, dude, I'm not even going to give you the respect of, I'll give you the respect of responding, but yeah, I basically the equivalent of just, it's like that meme where the daughter's saying like she has a panic attack to her dad, and the dad responds, "Do a push-up," with a thumbs up emoji. Oh man! But
you see that rage bit. One of the person who's like screaming is in the cartoon, and the other person is just
yeah.
looking at them.
Yeah, this is the last thing, and we'll probably blow through this honestly because it's just goofy.
We say that about everything, and then we never blow through anything.
we just end up on
then we talk about Mo Kassir and glaze him for 5 minutes.
Okay, so I don't know what it's been lately or what has influenced this, because I mean, AI-generated thumbnails and posts have been around for the last few years, and it sucks, and it's stinky, and no one likes it. But I've noticed in the running space, it's been popping up weirdly frequently. I'm going to pull up the first example here, which is Tracksta.
Especially like recently, like the past couple weeks, I feel like it's really just exploded.
He's got some decent recent ones, but you can see the AI ones already with like the super bold, ugly text and like the munted background.
It's the bold yellow text. That's what it is.
Or
like, it's you can just recognize it by the font and stuff.
Well, even that, just look how the images are. Hold on, actually, let me pivot screens real quick. Just some of these thumbnails, like they're just so ugly. I don't even know why people use them in the first place. And it's so blatant. Yeah. It's AI too. Look how messy and busy, and you can't even see the text on here.
Yeah. I think it's, you know what it is? Like, I'm not going to pretend to be a thumbnail expert. I'm a bit hit and miss with it. But I think ChatGPT thumbnails, which those ones are, and I'm saying from experience as well, because I've experimented with them to see what they look like. So, but like, I think they look good to someone who doesn't understand what a effective thumbnail on YouTube is.
I don't think they do.
You look at that and it looks professional. It looks, sleek. It's got all of the different buzzwords and keywords and stuff. But like, from a YouTube design perspective, you've got 7 faces on there. You've got loads of text you actually can't read.
Just a lot of noise.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, fundamentally speaking, I would argue even for casuals, people like are now catching on pretty quickly that they're just so ugly. They're just butt ugly. Like, holy shit! Just put some text. It's not hard to put text on a screen, which they do at times. So I don't even know why I think because they see something really amazing, or like they would try, I don't know, maybe they just want to capitalize off of the performances that happened at London, and they were thinking, oh well, we want to make the best thumbnail possible, let's use AI. to do.
And that is 100% ChatGPT, by the way, specifically. It's not some fancy high-powered Claude AI thing.
Well, and then there's this too. What the fuck is this?
My foot exploded.
Like, I just want to vomit seeing these thumbnails. Or not even thumbnails, just, I don't know. I just don't get it. If it's not clear, I'm super anti-generative.
Dude, I've
AI
seen
for stuff like
local
this.
athletic clubs, local baseball clubs down, like, I don't know, 20 minutes away using, like, banners that they hang on their fences that are AI generated.
Yeah, that's annoying, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. I mean, Traxta's a 6-digit media company. They have 6 digits on Instagram. I'm not making excuses for them. This is just straight up unacceptable. I'm sorry. And then Sweaty Elite.
I do have a theory.
Sweaty Elite has been doing it too. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. This is way too big. I gotta make this smaller. Here we go. What on God's green earth are these? These look horrendous. I just don't understand where these tech fetishists think, because that's really what I mean. It's a mix of lazy people and tech fetishists who think this type of thing is cool and innovative.
I'd say laziness is definitely the leading factor.
Yeah, but there are people who think this type of stuff is genuinely eye-opening and that it's
groundbreaking.
Yeah. I don't know. And
the worst part is they're making it better by using it and producing more too. Like they're feeding it more information.
Really, because I think it's just become more blatant.
Yeah, it's got a very consistent format. Yeah, I think people can sniff AI thumbnails from a mile off. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so blatant. Like I'm sorry, these people do not have the skill to.
Was Ready Set Go using them as well?
So, I don't know. And the only reason
when you showed those ones, I was very confident they were.
Yeah, because look how much different they look from all. Yeah,
no, those top two, they've
especially
got
look at the background,
the red and white text and the gold text. Those two ones, which I'm kind of exposing myself because I use those text, but I do it personally. Okay, I customize it.
And the background too.
Format is 100% AI.
Compared to like their original backgrounds that they use, or they'll just use pictures or like a generic track. This is a very busy background with there's no way a graphic.
Someone get this to Gatlin, please. I love you, Gatlin. Stop using AI.
Listen,
please.
I love Ready Set Go. I mean, I don't watch their stuff as often anymore, but there's so many episodes I've enjoyed from them. The Ferdinand Omanyala episode is one of my favorite podcasts in general that I've watched in the running scene. So big ups to these guys, Rodney and Justin, great guys, but
love them.
The producers over at, maybe, I don't know if they have a different team working on this, because I forget who the team is that runs it. Maybe it
was 100K.
I forget. Damn. Yeah, I forget who the team that runs it is, but obviously it's them behind the scenes doing it. I highly, highly doubt it's Justin or Rodney doing these thumbnails. Let's be real here. They obviously have a production team behind it. So for the production team, stop doing this if it is AI. I mean, we can't confirm for sure, but compared to these thumbnails, it is
I'm very confident
massive
to AI.
Yeah, it's such a distinct style.
Very confident.
So, and then
does Fred Curly even count at this point?
Dude, this one is wild. He deleted this one, I think. I found this off a screenshot from someone else.
Is that supposed to be Fred Curly?
Clearly, that's how he sees himself.
This one's.
Well, I mean, he is jacked, but like, that's
he's not that jacked. I'm gonna say it. Curly, you're small.
Dude, not anymore. He's put on.
It's crazy.
Have you seen what he looks like now?
Is he actually?
Yeah, I think he's put on size. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Curly physique look. Let's rate his.
I'm pretty sure there's an image of him where it looks like he's put on size, but it's AI generated, just really good.
Oh, is it really? I mean,
I think I remember seeing that.
Maybe he hasn't put on that much size.
Right.
No,
you're telling me that's
He does seem leaner though.
No, he's jacked. He's looking big. But he's always had kind of like a really nice frame. If we're being a bit honest and gay, he's just got those really broad shoulders and tight waist and
the most aesthetic physique.
Wait, what is
he's
this?
got a good build.
Okay, this one's pretty bad. I never even knew about this one. Oh, there's still time.
I've seen a lot of AI images of him floating around. Maybe that's just because
oh,
of the
this
Twitter
one's
accounts I
bad.
follow, who like making fun of him.
AI.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Curly
It's like
might be the
8
king of AI.
thumbnails in a thumbnail.
He might be the king of AI. I mean, we talked about the Katir website briefly, but I'll run through it. I mean, you could already tell
They
from
didn't feature it.
you can already tell this is made by AI, especially with especially this format here. This is very AI-esque. The weird timeline with the dots going down.
I don't know if this is like normal stuff, but I found it really funny that he put his height as 186 centimeters. Like, he just wants to slip in the fact that he's 6'2". You scroll up.
Hey man, if I'm over 6 foot, I'm mentioning it.
Let's see. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
6'2", by the way.
Adam, can we get a measurement on screen?
That's crazy. You know the conversion offhand. I mean,
It's because I'm like 6'1", 184, and I was like,
Yeah, 'cause
I
he's typing.
found out I was
okay.
exactly no, because I found out I was 6'1" instead of 6 foot. Like
Plus 186 isn't 6'2", isn't it? Like, isn't it 187? Because I'm 189 and I'm 6'2".
Yeah, I'm pretty tall, too. You know.
Yeah, listen, you're in your own ballpark. You're 7 footer.
Yeah.
He's only not in the NBA because he chose running.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to.
You wanted to keep the league there.
Yeah, my goal is to be 7 foot, and instead of going to the NBA, I just run borderline semi-elite women's times.
Listen, between all of us, right? We just wanna be better than elite women, right? Like that should be the goal.
I'm trying.
I want to run a sub 40-minute 5K for no other reason but to say I'm faster.
Let me
than
pull up
anyone
this
alive.
meme. This meme killed me because this is where
Listen,
I got the
was proud of
semi-elite thing
myself being
from.
able to-
All right, and then the last one. I don't think this is. So someone said this may have been, or that some of this stuff may be
It was a
AI
Claude thing.
influence. Yeah. So what I thought was funny about this, it's not really AI related necessarily, but the fact that, I mean, this may be AI or whatever you were saying. Oh wait, the top comment is, I know a Claude code output when I see one.
That's funny.
What is this? Claude, make me I don't know, some kind of tongue-in-cheek response. So it probably is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
dude, what?
Yeah, it was funny.
How, as an elite athlete, a 2:04 marathoner nonetheless, would you unironically post this at all? 40? What did he think his VO2 max went from 80 to 120 in 3 months or 2 months? Does he actually
To be
think?
honest, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
So he thinks his average heart rate went from 152 average to 111 for a 22
Easy
mile
run
long,
pace is like 152.
for a 22 mile
Correct.
long run. For a 22 mile long run at 5:14 pace. He thinks he got that much more fit in 2 months. Just didn't even question it.
I remember, I think there was some trackable access thing where Graham Blanks, I think, was genuinely repping 5-minute miles at like 120 BPM or something crazy.
Dude, there's
I
no
think it was a
way.
10-mile run.
I've seen
Was it a
his
22 miler?
No, I've seen his heart rate on regular runs before. There's no way that's true.
I mean, well, maybe the heart rate data was just wrong, but I feel like I remember seeing it was like, in the low 100s.
He's beating up his cat off screen.
No, I just said my door was like
Obvious.
swinging open for some reason. But
Okay.
no, dude, this is just the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just, I don't even understand how, as an athlete, you don't have even the slightest understanding of heart rate data, and people even are.
Didn't he say in the comments though? Because I think people were like commenting. There might have been a comment I remember seeing that where it was like, "Oh yeah, just trying to make sense of it" or something.
Dude, you should.
So, I don't know if he was like living and dying by it.
Unless this is elite level trolling, which I don't think it is.
That's the meta nowadays. That's the meta. That's what works.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, given the AI generated thing, I also am pretty sure he's went on record saying he wants a Cybertruck, which is also very tech bro-ish thing to say.
Like Josh Kerr.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Everything about this just annoys me. And I just had to get that one out there. Because I was talking to some other people about it too. And how it just made no sense for him to be entertaining this. And that the most simple common sense would have you believe that this just something is up and that your heart rate monitor is not accurate at all. I don't know. If this is rage bait, I got to the highest degree. Amazing job. Exquisite, I would even say.
1,300 board athletics points on rage baiting.
Okay. That's a 1,400.
I feel like Aaron Brown's bad at rage bait because you can see it's rage bait most of the time. Although to be fair, I think a lot of people do fall for it.
But he's the king of it. Like he's literally his follower and view counts on like other apps is incredible.
So I suppose it depends how we're defining good rage bait. Are we defining it by just like hot garbage takes, or by how well you blur the line between a good take and rage bait, or a bad take and rage bait even?
I'm gonna say it's good when you embody it, and it's like that's who people think you are, because that's Aaron Brown. He's done it.
All right. Well, this was an episode.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably pretty tired.
I'm fucked.
Once again, this was it was a weird week in general. To be fair, we didn't even get to talk about the African Championships being a mess. Maybe we'll save that for next week. Because I would say that one was more
like all about results.
Yeah. No, we talked about the shot.
Next week is crazy busy.
Yeah, that's true. And also, these are Diamond League openers. It's not like anything revolutionary is happening.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. I was going to say we didn't even talk about Japan, but like, not too much mattered there in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, Noah Lyles, decent season opener. Jordan Anthony, almost sub 20 in a headwind. Pretty good. But, I mean, is there a ton to extrapolate on there? Not really.
No.
So
except on my video. Link my channel.
Yeah, I forgot. I've never linked you in last episode. In fact, you're not even mentioned.
Good.
Actually, I'm probably going to blur you out this entire episode.
Good. Keep me out of this, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, guys. I know this wasn't the happiest episode ever, but hopefully it was still entertaining, and maybe it got you through your run or your whatever day. I don't know when you're listening to this. I don't know your life. We don't know your life. But thank you for tuning into the second episode of this. And do you guys have anything to leave off on?
I'm just looking forward to next week because we've got Trackfest, we've got Shaman Diamond League, and we've got the enhanced games. Which is going to be a real fun thing to
We are going to get to talk about that, aren't we?
That's going to be real
I'm going to be
fun.
making
Aaron Brown's
solo Fred Curly video.
I cannot fucking believe Aaron Brown got flown out for that.
8.7 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude. Hold up, predictions. Before we go, real quick. Fred Curly, what does he run? Adam, go. 3 seconds.
10.3. I don't know.
985
9.
max.
All right. 999. They're going to slip him under 10. All right. Moving on.
All right.
Thanks for coming here, guys.
Yep.
I love you all.
See you
Go
later.
to my channel. Go check out Adam's and RunnerBoi's. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.